rest of the afternoon. So the bit that I'm most interested in from an outcome perspective is going to be that early afternoon block. So just sort of be thinking about, has anything here resonated with you about maybe standardizing a W3C or standardizing in general and maybe finding ITF or whatever, right? So just be thinking about that. And I think Julian is set up now, and I'm going to turn it over to him.
Thank you very much, Doug. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Julian Smith. I'm the technical co-founder and CEO of Blockfreight. I'm also one of the founding members of Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre. So just an open invitation, if anyone's coming to Melbourne, Australia, please come to our 600 square metre co-working space and come and have a chat about Bitcoin. So Blockfreight is the project that I'm currently working on. So what is Blockfreight? Blockfreight is a blockchain of global freight. What we're looking to build is a blockchain upon essentially seeing ourselves as a way to make more efficient the global supply chain for container freight. That is about 90% of all the products that we use have spent time inside of a cargo container. So how the Blockfreight network works is we have a counterparty asset. That counterparty asset is the Blockfreight token. We retail that token for $1 per token, and it acts as a network fee. So parties on the network announce a transaction into the network, which is essentially a XML JSON documentation or a bill of lading. And upon verification, validators in the network include those transactions into a block. So we're using Counterparty. It's built on Bitcoin. We're looking at a permission ledger built on Tendermint. So there are 360 million container movements annually. And why are we building this? We're looking to deal with some issues that face container freight. So demurrage withholding intention is essentially when a container is sent to its destination, but it's not collected in time. So the port will charge the mover of the goods, essentially the customer, daily fees of $100 before they can take that off the dock. To eliminate fraud, there are cases where the documentation in shipping is used to access finance. If you generate fraudulent documents for goods that don't exist, it means that you can access finance for bogus goods. And also the potential to streamline international compliance. So some countries will have particular attitudes towards particular classes of goods. There is potentially an opportunity for a compliance application layer to create an oracle for goods that have been moved to see that they are consistent with where those goods are being sent. Legacy documentation costs are significant. We have started a Blockfreight consortium to essentially have partners come and define what the standard for our transaction should be. Anyone that's interested in working with us should reach out and join our consortium. That's our history. That's us. If anyone's interested in blockchain applications for container freight, please feel free to contact me, and thank you for your attention this afternoon. Thank you. Got a question?
Is there a linkage here to RFID technology and all of that?
Yeah, so RFID technology and physical Internet of Things is something that Mikkel Lemmy at an EU-based research centre is working with IBM's Hyperledger to create on project that they're currently working on. Within Australia, there's a team at one of our local universities that's equally looking at smart devices that are potentially going to be part of our network, but ultimately, wherever there are hardware applications that make goods trackable, that's the kind of use case where we'd love to have those partners join our consortium and participate in the network.
We'd also like to have partners join our consortium. So, thank you very much, everybody. We've already clapped. I know it's up. Mahesh, you wanna? So the next up we have Mahesh, who's going to be talking about something interesting to many of us, which is blockchain in a browser. Thank you, Jordan. So is there anything that people want to make sure that we talk about tomorrow? Lightning talks or other topics.
I enjoyed what we talked about today so much. I'd like to talk about it again, except for in highly condensed form. So like there's like the best of from today, like the 15 major outcomes, so if we could look at them and then build on it, I would love that. I can't think of it right now because it was all fractured.
Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said earlier, we're going to try to summarize some of the things that we talked about today. I think different bits are going to be interesting to different people, so I don't think it is the top 15. But everybody, we can certainly have, I mean, that's what the dot voting thing is that Christopher is going to help us through, is going to do, is going to expect me to identify those things, and that's really afternoon. Thanks.
I'd like to spend a bit of time to figure out how we're all going to keep in touch with each other once the workshop's over. And specifically, I'm thinking non-email, non-IRC. As much as I hate to admit it, Slack has been really good at keeping people together after workshops and things like this that happen. So I'm wondering if we could add everyone to a Slack channel and then see where that goes.
That sounds like a good idea. I think maybe we can try to set that up tonight, maybe, or tomorrow morning or something.
Maybe everyone thinks this is a terrible idea, but what about if there's 2 or 3 or however many individuals that are willing to riff on something that could potentially turn into standard, that are willing to stand up and formally say that at least their intent is to work together on a specific piece or prototype. Like I don't know if that's like I don't know a lot of organizations can do that in the room, but if some can, that'd be cool.
I kind of think that we can integrate that into the whole dot voting thing that we're going to be doing tomorrow, because there is that sort of aspect of we're going to do this thing. So, okay. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mahesh.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahesh. I work for Samsung Browser, and we are located right next block actually, which is very close. So some of you, before you asked or before you're surprised, hey, Samsung makes a browser. Yes, we do. We make a browser, and it's actually gaining market share. You can see some of it. We could say it's third popular browser in North America right now. It's still 7.5 market share right now, but it's better than Europe and other countries, and it's increasing. So that's
It's on a certain platform.
right. I'll get to that. So why is this number? It's because So Samsung is a pre-installed browser on most Samsung devices, and Samsung has a huge share of Android ecosystem. So yeah, we are a Chromium-based browser, and Samsung is also a big contributor for Chromium project. In fact, we're second biggest after Google. And the browser also gets on Samsung devices frequent updates from the Play stores or Google Samsung stores. So these are the list below that is all the browsers we have for different types of devices and platforms. So some features of the browser. We have a device-specific hardware features that are hooked up in the browser, like the fingerprint sensors and NOx encryption. So we introduced last winter, I think, a secret mode. It's basically kind of a private mode browsing where all the data, it's enhanced private mode browsing where the data is encrypted and stored in NOx. The system is the strongest hardware secured solution from Samsung. And we also use some fingerprint sensor feature for filling your login information, for example. You can see the second screen there. And we have been a big supporter of progressive web apps. We talks about it, talking to developers to have get their interest in progressive web apps. Our browser support progressive web apps. We introduced content filtering extensions last year, and we also have a new feature that's WebVR. It's still under, still not at the W3C spec yet, but it is getting there. And yeah, there's been a lot of interest in developers to build content from VR, so we have that. And we're working on web payments. That's why we're in this. So just before we get into that, we also have a browser recently released for Gear VR. That's the VR browser, which basically lets you experience the web in virtual reality. It supports 360-degree 3D video playbacks. Like you can see in the second screen here, you can basically move from a single window view to a full screen video view. Very similar to that, where we are, let's a web page go to a 360-degree immersive view. So that Shopify has built a web page for us. It takes advantage of this. It's basically lets you shop on a 360-degree view, and that's the web VR support. So on the web payment side, so we're working on integrating some of the payment apps. We are also member of the W3C Payment Working Group and helping standardize the APIs. We have some core members here. So this is what would a typical flow would be. You've seen it in the Chrome browser, very similar flow we're thinking about. So if you have any of you who are interested in bringing your app as a payment option, something like that, good stuff. And this is our interest on this point where we are interested in micropayments. And there are multiple reasons for micropayments. We have our physical web use cases, we have IoT use cases, and we finally want to pay content creators and not just sorry. So those are the use cases for the micropayments, and we're interested in integrating identity and blockchain APIs. So I'm here basically to shout out and say, hey, you guys want Samsung to help. If you want some sort of quick prototype, we are here. You could reach us and work together. Any questions?
Okay, I see. Testing. I see a few questions. Just FYI, we're gonna have one more presentation. Juan has suggested he split his, not quite yet, has suggested he split his presentation. He's gonna talk a little bit of IPFS today, and then he's gonna do his other stuff tomorrow. So the questions for, okay, let's get it.
A quick question with a little IoT bias. I saw, I think on page 3, you had a mention of browser for Tizen, and Tizen is your operating wearable devices. I didn't see any mention of Arctic. So can you share any experiences of, small form factor devices and browser impact?
So I did mention Arctic and only Tizen because that's the the Tizen platform is using the same web Chromium-based solution that we are building for other browsers, and it will inherit the same web payment solution. Right now I'm not very clear if Arctic would be how it would impact with the web payment solution. So I'll get back to that if there is more info I can gather, but right now I don't have any yet.
So I'm just interested in what APIs you think you're looking for besides what's already going on in the W3C as far as web crypto, the credentials work, and the web authentication work.
That's a good question. That's very early stage. We just got into blockchain a week ago, and I'm just reading about it. So the kind of use case, very broad use case I've had in mind is like, if browser could be a wallet, browser could be a cryptocurrency wallet, right? And browser can keep track of. And content creators can charge, say, for example, YouTube can charge 1 cent per video view, and browser could combine all the videos that you watch and make a good enough amount of transactions so you can justify the fees and everything, and then make a payment with that. So on those lines, I don't have it. I will come up with some format that will pay those use cases.
Any more questions? Okay, great. And to close this out, we're going to have Juan talk about IPFS and the future of the internet.
Thank you.
We need some sort of interledger protocol for connecting devices. Could you put it on the web? I mean, it's on the web already?
I can put it on the web. Yeah, that's take a look at this part. I think I've come on to that. Is there no way to oh. All right.
We're going to solve this particular problem tomorrow. And I thank you all for your attention, and I thank you for attending and for making this a pretty amazing event. And I will see you all. Oh. Oh, sure. So yeah, so Juan's not gonna, we ran into technical problems, so he's not gonna do this presentation.
So we're gonna go
Juan's gonna talk tomorrow.
What time?
So we're gonna get started at 8:30, if that's goes through with everybody. I think probably, what's that? It's, no, we're not there. So at 8:30 tomorrow, probably, we'll try to do a little bit of summary in the morning, and then we'll try to start straight into the next sessions, next lightning talks. So Daniel, you had a suggestion about people coming up and. Yeah, okay, so meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. And so now we've got a mic. Anybody want to come up and suggest a place to meet for a particular topic?
So we heard a couple of suggestions, I think before, and you know, the wind up. So what were those suggestions again? Someone said Saint something's fire or Meat Hall. Okay, Meat Hall, and there was like one other one. I just want to make sure I restated them as possible options. Something Saint, something.
Something sane.
Firebrand Saint.
If they're not here, they could have been too invested in drinking at that place.
Wherever you're going, I'm going.
Okay, Meat Hall, is that the place that everyone likes? It's pretty cool around here?
It's not Firebrand Saint. It's the
What?
other.
Firebrand Saints is the other.
And that's outside seating.
Outside seating, I'm told.
But the
Sorry.
But the food at Mead Hall is apparently not great, so if people want to, I mean, it's pub food, but
We've got a bunch of locals, or we have some locals around, I am among them. So if you are looking for a particular kind of food, you feel free to ask. Decent, good beer selection, Mead Hall or Cambridge Brewing Company.
So is there a feeling in the room? It'd be cool to get it.
what is the place?
Best beer is Mead Hall. Best beer selection is Mead Hall.
I couldn't remember the name, what's it called? Firebrand Saints, she says, has good beer and good food. I've never been there, I don't know.
That's pretty close. I looked it up on the map. It's like 2 blocks.
Are there particular topics people want to get together to talk about? That might be more interesting.
I'm going to talk about identity actually being here.
So one thing I'm happy to talk about, I'm going to show a demo tomorrow, browser actually resolving blockchain identities inside tabs based on what type they are. So if it's a person or something else, I'll show that demo tomorrow, but I'm happy to talk about it tonight. So.
Also, for people into the DAO, for folks that are into the DAO, distributed autonomous organizations, some of us will probably be talking about the automated legal entity project and how you could have a DAO that was basically mirrored what secretaries of state would be looking for to create a corporation or LLC and annual filings and dissolve it, or federally chartered entities to create, like, how can we make it so we can sue and be sued, be a legal entity, and automate it?
And where are you going to drink that?
Say that again after 4 drinks. Yeah, more than that. It's probably Firebrand Saints. Firebrand Saints, automation of drinking.
Where are you going?
All right, I might go to the Firebrand Saints. They said they have good food, and I didn't since yesterday, so
Yep.
I'll go there. Firebrand Saints.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Good night.
I'm just concerned that we're not able to like that. I don't know.
No problem.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Day one. Hey, Daza, Sita, no, not Sita, Neha, if you're around, can you come up here? Daniel? We want to, as a chair, we want to borrow you. I can just sit. No. Where's Neha? I'm going to go out to dinner.
I saw her walk out with that. Can you tell her?
You're not.
No, that was like an hour.
I don't know what I'm going to do. You're welcome. We're not ready.